Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Gabby. I'm with the Education Services here at Kirtland Air Force Base. And under normal circumstances, you can find us at building 20602. The hours of operations Monday through Friday, 0800 to 1600. On Wednesdays, it's an abbreviated day for training, so we end at 1400. But you can contact us at 846-9933 or email us at 377fss.fsde@us.af.mil. I always like to start my briefing with Walter Elliott. He says, perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after another. This is a perfect description of what your education journey will look like. It will come one class after another. So the AFI brief requirements includes accreditation, CCF and transfer of credits, tuition assistance, education plans, education programs, and AFEC. Accreditation. One of the things we encourage you all to do is check out the DoD MOU website. You can verify if your school has a memorandum of understanding. You can check to see what accreditation that university or college provides. There are over 2,000 academic institutions on this website. And there's also a comparative tool there that you can check out to list maybe 2 or 3 universities that is of interest and see how they rack and stack. One of the things that you want to keep in mind is a regionally accredited school is highly transferable, at least 85%, while a national accredited school is 35% transferable. Your CCF degree is a regionally accredited school, so you can count on a lot of your credits being highly transferable. So what can transfer to your CCF? Any college or university credits, other DoD schools, advanced placement scores, if you've taken dual classes in high school, or CLEP and Dante's. We encourage you to send all your transcript to CCAF at Maxwell Gunter, Alabama. The information is on this slide. The slide is available through YouTube, so if you want to review it again, you can just search for it in the YouTube, Google YouTube, and search for the title. So, or call the education office and we'll be happy to share this information again with you. So the Associates of Applied Science degree can be obtained through testing, again, up to 30 semester hours to include your general ed, your management, and your program electives. Your transfer of credits could apply towards your degree, as well as take advantage of tuition assistance and for classes either online or on the ground. Those are available to you. So this is what your community college of the Air Force degree looks like. It consists of 64 semester hours, and they're broken down in areas from physical education, which is 4 semester hours, technical education, which is 24. Those are all directly related to your Air Force specialty code. Leadership and management, 6 semester hours. Program electives, 15 semester hours. Those courses can come from technical, management, general ed, and obviously your general ed requirements, which consist of communications, math, social science, and humanities. Be sure to talk to your education counselor to ensure that you're not duplicating efforts and that you are on track for completing your CCF degree. So Lewis University is our national test center. So Lewis University administers CLEP and Dante's exams on Wednesdays at 12 and Fridays at 10. You can also online schedule, and the education office has limited resources for study guides. So stop by and check those out as well. And if you have any questions, be sure to email Lewis Test Admin at kafbtestcenter@lewisu.edu. So the education office also administers military testing. 2 points of reference are Frank Sanchez and William Schaefer. Frank Sanchez handles all of these exams that's listed on this slide: WAPS, DLPT, DLabs, OPI, FOQT, FCT, TBAS, and EDPT. William Schaefer, on the other hand, takes care of all the CDC requirements as well as personal requests for professional military education. Any requests for CDCs must be done through your UTM. D-Labs and DLPT are on Mondays and Tuesdays at 0800 and 1230. Your PME and CDC testing on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 0800 and 1230. For any military testing, we require that you come in uniform and have your CAT card. I like this quote by General Looney. He says, the young men and women who will lead our Air Force in the future have been living in a digital world their entire lives and are better prepared than any other generation to operate in this environment. It is imperative that we understand their needs and expectations and develop an enterprise-wide system that fosters learning and captures their most critical asset, knowledge. So we also understand life and work are a high priority. And so to add school to that can be a balancing act. So the question I have for you is, do you have time to take classes? If so, you can pursue your CCF degree as well as a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree. Enlisted and officers can use TA for a master's degree program, but it begins with a plan. So we highly encourage each and every one of you to set an educational goal. What does that look like? There's actually 2 plans. You can take advantage of your TA benefits for up to 2 classes on an unevaluated plan. But once your plan is evaluated, you'll have TA benefits until you actually complete that degree program. And so we'll talk a little bit about that in the next slide, but there's only 1 degree program change per level. So if you have an associate's degree, you will, your next level would be a bachelor's degree. If you have a bachelor's degree, your next level would be a master's degree. There are no EDD or PhD or other doctorate programs available for tuition assistance. So this is what an unevaluated degree program looks like. It's really just a list of courses for that particular degree. However, your evaluated degree program will have your name, you may have your student ID number, it could have your university advisor on there, it will list all of the courses necessary for that degree, any transfer of credits, your CCF credits, as well as any CLEP or Dante's. And most importantly, it also tells us what is required to finish that degree. So there'll be pending requirements on this degree plan as well. So what are the on-base options at Kirtland Air Force Base? We have 3 universities: Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Lewis University, and Wayland Baptist University. All 3 universities provide degrees up to a doctorate level. And so the 2 universities, Embry-Riddle and Wayland Baptist, are partners with the AUABC program, which I'll cover in the next couple of slides. And Lewis University is GEM partners with CCAF to complete your general ed requirements. So who's eligible for MIL-TA? All enlisted, active duty, and officers are eligible for tuition assistance. Officers who take advantage of the tuition assistance benefit does have a service commitment. Please check with the Education Office in regards to that. Any activated Reserve Guard member on Title 10 or Title 32 orders are also eligible for tuition assistance. You can make yourself ineligible for TA if you find yourself on a MIL-PERS action, such as a UIF, control roster, referral EPR, OPR, or a failed overdue PT test. Current supervisors must be updated in AFAC. Your supervisor is your front line for approval and disapproval requests for TA. One of the things we highly encourage is you follow up with your supervisor to ensure that your TA has been approved, especially prior to the 7 days prior to the course start date. And one of the things we also encourage is go ahead and sign off on your virtual TA benefit training. It's just a 1-pager that requires your initials on your AFAC account. Okay, so TA benefits is an as-funded program. That means while there's money in this program, take advantage of it. Right now, you're authorized $4,500 per fiscal year in pursuit of an approved associate's, a bachelor's, or a master's degree. You have a military TA cap of $250 per semester hour. If you attend a quarter-hour school, you are authorized 166.66. The total lifetime cap of your tuition assistant benefits for an undergraduate degree is 124 semester hours or 186 quarter hours. For a graduate level, it's 42 semester hours or 70 quarter hours. All MIL-TA requests must be accomplished no earlier than 45 days prior to the course start date and no later than 7 days prior to the course start date. So we try to encourage you to take a look at your course requirement. If there's a class that fills up quickly, you may be required to go ahead and register for that class. Get your seat in the class as a guarantee, but be sure to be talking to your advisor or your bursar account representative so that when the TA actually kicks in and they invoice the government for that class, that you're not paying twice, that they reimburse you for the amount that you've already paid into. And as I mentioned, tuition assistance is exactly that. It does not cover any other college fees. So be talking to your advisor to find out what other fees are involved or are part of that course. So if there's any parking fees, book fees, lab fees, online fees, be sure that you work that into your own budget. So as with any benefit, there are consequences. And so if you have an unsatisfactory grade, it may initiate that reimbursement action. So you must have, for an undergraduate program, you must have a C or above grade. For a master's program or graduate program, you must have a B or above grade. Any missing grades could initiate MIL-TA reimbursement actions. So there will be reminders that are sent after the course end date. But if the grades are not updated by the 60th day after the course end date, you do have a 30-day suspense, but then after that, by the 31st day, recoupment will be initiated. At this point, the education office can't really help, so central office handles all reimbursement actions. One of the things that is very important to keep in mind, if you do find yourself or life circumstances happen outside of your control and you see that you may be failing a class, be talking to your professor. And if it's a legitimate reason, it's within the criteria according to the MOU, they may be able to extend that class up to 120 days, allowing you an opportunity to raise that grade. So some things to consider is an I grade. An I grade will suspend MIL-TA reimbursement processes. So another consequence to consider is your GPA. If you are pursuing an undergraduate degree, you must maintain a 2.0, and that's calculated after 15 semester hours. If you're pursuing a graduate degree, you must maintain a 3.0, and that's usually calculated after 6 hours. All grades funded utilizing MIL-TA are used to calculate students' GPA regardless of reimbursement action. So if you do have a failing grade in there, it will impact your overall GPA. So at that point, you will need to fund the courses yourself out of pocket and then provide the Education Center official grades so that we can recalculate your GPA. So there are exceptions. FI 362649 gives those to us. Here's a couple. As mentioned, typically you're authorized one per level, and if you have an associate's degree, the next is bachelor's, the next is master's. But if you are pursuing a CCF degree and you already have an associate or a master's degree, you can still apply for a CCF degree. Airmen re-enrolling in a course previously reimbursed to the Air Force is authorized one retake per course using tuition assistance. And if you're an officer wanting to get a second master's degree, you can do so by request to the Secretary of the Air Force to pursue a second master's degree. It does have to be in the field of international relations. So as an enlisted member, there are AFSC-driven programs. Community College of the Air Force, as we've mentioned, can be a springboard to the next program, which is the AUABC program. I'll talk a little bit about that in the next slide, as well as the Air Force School program, which is a credentialing opportunity for licenses and certifications. So here's your AUABC. We have partnering universities and colleges throughout the nation, and they're broken down in 3 categories. The Cat 1 schools will take up to 60 plus hours, making you halfway towards your bachelor's degree. Cat 2 schools may require 3 classes, no more than 9 semester hours, while a Cat 3 school may require you to complete more than 60 hours. Now, the Air Force School credentialing opportunity gives you a lifetime cap of $4,500. So I've given you $4,500 for tuition assistance, and here I'm sharing a lifetime cap of $4,500 towards a license or certification. That money is available for any preparatory coursework, any exam admin fees or books. This has to be associated with your either primary, secondary, or tertiary AFSC. In order to apply for the Air Force School program, you must have your 5-skill level. And so this is an education service program, so you would need to contact an Air Force School representative to apply for this program. And the information is on this slide. So there's also other education programs, Pell Grants, and other funding opportunities. One of them is the MyCAA program, the Military Spouse Career Advancements Accounts program. In this program is an additional $4,000 towards licenses, certificates, and associate degrees. This is only applicable for enlisted members E1 through E5 and for officers O1 through O2. I want to encourage you to check out the education office, talk to an education counselors. We'd be able to help you too with scholarships and grant opportunities, as well as this 0% student loan interest. This is applicable to those who have been deployed, is deployed, or will be deployed, that will allow you to reduce your student loan interest up to 0%. So the DoD Skill Bridge program is another one that you need to talk to an education counselor, that we can give you more information, but it is a transitional program from military to civilian. So be sure to check with an education counselor on this program. All right, Mark Twain says, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming task into small, manageable tasks and then starting on that first one. We highly recommend that you go to your AFVEC account to start that first step. And basically, just go to your Air Force portal, click on your career training, click on AFVEC. It will lead you to your logon, and you'll log on to see your roadmap to your academic and vocational pursuit. As an education counselor, I just highly encourage that you keep your personal data up to date, your educational goal. If your supervisor has changed, be sure to click on supervisor and update that information. And then if you are pursuing your CCF degree, there is a CCF Student Services that keeps track of what credits you've earned and what other credits you need to obtain your CCF degree. And then most importantly, start your funding request. This initiates your tuition assistance benefit. So you're in class and you're coming along and something happens. So you need to cancel a class, drop a class, change a class, change school, change programs. Please reach out to an education counselor so we can help you. All right, we're at the end. Accreditation, CCF and transfer of credits, tuition assistance, education plans, education programs, and AFVEC. Let me close with this one closing quote by Michael Jordan. If you're trying to achieve, there will be roadblocks. I've had them. Everybody has had them. But obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. The education office is here for you. So please contact an education counselor and ask the questions. And hopefully we can help you know how to climb it, go through it, and work around it. So last slide, again, our number is 846-9933. This concludes our education brief. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.